Hello, and thanks for joining me on this video. Now, everybody in this life has got goals that they want to achieve. It is important to realize that probably you can never come to a point where you've achieved all your goals and there is nothing else to do. Some people might find themselves doing nothing, which creates the semblance that they've achieved all their life's goals. But if you are particular to and you are careful, you are minded and know exactly what you want to do, you may find that at any point in time, there is probably something to achieve. Even in retirement, you may find that if you've lived or you want to live a full and complete life, you may find that even in your very latter years or in people's latter years, they may still find that they want to affect people, maybe to impart their life experiences to people. Even how to die could be one's aspirations and be planning and working towards that. But the question I ask today in this video is, why is it that some people are not able to achieve some of their important life goals? If you are watching me, then there is a probability that you fall into one or two groups. Either you are able to say with some confidence that probably you've achieved nearly all or as many of your life's goals as possible, or you may find yourself in a situation where you think that probably quite a few or some very significant life aspirations and goals are still outstanding and waiting to be achieved. And the question I'm asking is, why is it that some people are not able to achieve their life goals, whilst others are able to? And in this video, I want to present 10 reasons why some or probably all. And I hope that for many people watching this, you wouldn't fall into the category where many of your life goals are still outstanding. But stand by and stay with me as I talk through and I explore some of the reasons why people may find that they are unable to achieve their life aspirations and goals. Now, the first reason that I talk about is a lack of clear goals in the first instance. Not having a goal or clearly identified goals is like shooting and aiming at nothing. There's a saying that if you aim at nothing, you will hit it. So if you don't aim at clearly identified goals, you may feel a semblance that you've achieved, but probably you didn't be achieving much in life. So that is a very important reason. The lack of clearly identified challenging goals, which then become the focus of one's attention. Another closely linked reason to that is constantly changing goals. When people are not very consistent, not very clear as to what exactly they want to achieve, and they may oscillate from one goal to another depending on the circumstances and then the context that they find themselves in. The second reason why many people may not achieve their life's goals is poor planning and time management. So effective time management is being able to plan, first of all, identify, and then planning the activities that need to be undertaken in the line or in the process of achieving your goals, and being able to complete activities in a timely manner within the frame of time that you estimate things to be done. Very closely linked to that is procrastination. So procrastination is when you delay what needs doing till a future date, And for many people, invariably, they end up not doing things if they cannot afford to be disciplined enough to do it in the moment. And delaying tasks can lead to missed deadlines and missed opportunities. Now, if you keep delaying things and you keep missing deadlines and opportunities, these accumulate, and the cumulative effect would mean that you are not able, within the time that is relevant and necessary, to achieve your life's goals and aspirations. Now, another cause of the inability to manage your time well or one's time well is not prioritizing tasks. So the inability to identify what task is the most important, what task is next, can be another reason why people are not able to plan their activities first of all, and then to manage their time in an appropriate manner. A third reason, which is also very important, is fear and self-doubt. Now, fear might mean that people are not willing and ready to put themselves out in the public space to be able to start and initiate the things that they need to do. Related to that would be sometimes the anxiety, that people perceive, or the anxiety of the future, an uncertain future, not being sure or clear, or overthinking what can or might happen. And this sort of anxiety in many cases prevents people from starting out in the first place. Another very rather strange reason sometimes is the fear of success. I mentioned that people sometimes don't want to put themselves out in the public space for fear of what people, for example, might say. Now, if you succeed, then people will hear about you. So invariably, you get into the public space. And that fear of people's reaction as a result of their success might be a reason why people don't start at all. It is said that nothing ventured, nothing gained. So if they don't start anything, they don't gain anything, nobody hears of them, and they would prefer to be in their little tiny corner where nobody sees them or what they do. Low confidence is also a closely related reason to fear and self-doubt. So when people doubt their capabilities and their abilities, then they once again might not initiate things because they would not be certain, or they cannot convince themselves that they can complete what they start, or they can be successful. And that means that they don't try at all. A fourth reason why people do not achieve their goals. If you are watching and you've got years for them to graduate because they had to settle that. So this is a rather extreme example, but generally, the lack of finances can be a reason why people are not able to make the investments they need to make, which would help them then to go on to achieve their life's goals and aspirations. Still talking about lack of resources, another very important resource is the skills or the knowledge that one needs. These sometimes might be linked to finances, because sometimes you need to pay for the necessary education or the skills you need to get. Other times, and in many cases, it does not require a lot of financial investments, if any. There are some skills that one can easily acquire in openly available, freely available information, either on the internet, now YouTube, and all these video portals are very good resources to acquire knowledge, in many cases for free. Somebody says that all skills are learnable. And the point I make is that in many cases, there are opportunities to acquire these skills for little cost, if not for free. Inadequate support, or networks, can also be a reason. So if you don't have people within your network who can encourage you when things get difficult, when the going gets tough. That can also be a reason why people are not able to stay on and persist in the course of going on to achieve their goals. External circumstances such as economic conditions or crisis, recessions, difficult market conditions, job market conditions, where, for example, in some societies, in some countries, lots of young people do not have opportunities to get into employment. So that can also be a reason why people don't achieve their goals in a timely manner. I mentioned economic conditions. So when there is, for example, a financial downturn or the economy crashes, that can set people back sometimes for a significant number of years in terms of going on to achieve their life's goals. Health issues can also be a major reason. Your health determines to a large extent what you are able to do. If you don't have good health, then probably you don't have the energy required to to start things, or the stamina, the physical stamina to go on and then to do things as part of your day-to-day activities related to your goals. And talking about health, we're talking about both physical and mental health. And it is important that one looks after both of these elements of health. The general society, the health within the society can also be a factor. So, for example, when COVID hit, many people's dreams, we're talking about whole society's dreams, sometimes countries' aspirations and plans and projections were put on hold for extended periods. Still talking about external circumstances, another very crucial factor is family responsibilities, especially where, for example, people have large families or extended families that they are responsible for. That might require extended investments, in that direction for extended periods of time. And that would be, it can be noble, looking after your family, even if it is the extended family, it's a noble thing to do. But the reality, somebody says that money does one thing. Not just money, but all other resources. So if you invest your resources, be it monetary or other resources, in one aspect of life, or one area of responsibility, then invariably it is not available to cater for other things. There are lots more reasons why we are not able sometimes in a timely manner to achieve goals. But I will leave it here for today and for this video. And hopefully in the next video, I will carry on with some of the other reasons why probably you are still struggling to achieve some of the very important life goals that you set for yourself some years back. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you found this video useful. And if you did, I will encourage you to subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends. It will be great to hear from you. So please use the comment section to drop us a line or two about your key takeaways from this video in relation to what probably is your most important takeaway from this. Thank you once again, and see you in the next video.